Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Workbench here at Scale Models Midwest. Glad to have you checking out the channel. As always, like and subscribe. And it's been about a month since I actually posted, and it's all because I had some camera problems with my battery and my SD card, but I got all that sorted out. This kit was actually completed 2 weeks ago. Give you a quick review of this kit. This is the Bertha Chevy Monte Carlo from Salvinos JR. And it built up into a really cool kit. A couple things on this one I wanted to point out. The paint is 3 coats of airbrushed pure white from Tamiya that I decanted and sprayed through my Grex airbrush. And then I had 3 coats of clear that I did from the can. Did not polish it out. I did the clear after I applied the decals, very light coat, and a couple of wet heavy coats to seal everything in. If you're looking in like the front end, I wanted to make this a roller, and I did, until I got the body put in, and it sits a little lower than I expected. I would recommend either radiusing the wheel wells just a little bit more, especially in the front, and then working on the rear. There is a partition, if you will. Lean it back just a little bit further than how it sits. You might have to sand it a bit, but if you do that, the body will sit just a little bit lower in the rear. To get this to be a roller, I used the long plastic pins in the front and in the back, but I would recommend using the smaller pins up front. They actually have a set of smaller pins. Use those, and then you can pose the steering. You can use the tie rod that comes with the kit. I found it to be very fragile, and so ultimately I broke it. So as you can see, it's not there, but you could make it posable if you want. If you notice, I have the disc brakes up front and the drum brakes out back, because I utilized the, I believe it's a truck arm suspension on this kit that came with not only molded in gray, but also a green tree molded parts for the brakes, and be able to paint detail on those, put them on, and they look pretty sharp. The interior could either be black or green, so that's why they've got the green molded parts. I used just one part of those before I realized I'm just going ahead and use the gray ones and paint those my satin black. The engine built up really well too. I did not detail any more than paint, although I could easily have used wiring for this one. I just took my time, did paint detailing, a couple of different shades of titanium, metallizer aluminum, and then gloss and semi-gloss and flat black on the kit. Did really well. I have another one of these pieces that I cut out of a pop can, so it's a little thinner, but this is the kit part, and I just wanted to set it right there and then take it off whenever I take the hood off for display. Same thing with the air cleaner. The air cleaner sits just a tad higher, so when you put the hood on, there is just a slight raise towards the back, but I can easily sand the pin down for that to get it to fit properly. But otherwise, looks pretty sharp. A lot of paint detail in the interior. Show this off a little bit better. Not really succeeding, but I did paint detail for the ignition box and the fire extinguisher. Dashboard went together really well. If you notice, I also painted, this is 3 coats of Tamiya white that I just regular brushed on, and that's how it would look like in the pictures. So if you wanted to do that, that's right on top of the chrome. The chrome on this actually is pretty hard to sand off, but that's not to take away anything from this kit. This is another excellent kit from Salvinos JR. Definitely recommend you go out to your local hobby shop and buy one, or go to Salvino's website and become a member and order the kit from them as well. But we're going to go ahead and get this up on the shelf and show you some of the things I've got planned for the future. Now, about a month ago, I showed a kit that I had been commissioned to build by one of my good friends. He wanted to have this Chevy Monte Carlo SS built, and he wanted it in the gold. It's on the side panel with a gold interior or tan interior, which I'm going to do. And he wanted me to utilize the 427 engine out of this Corvette rather than, well, it's a 454, sorry, but he wanted the triple carbs, so I'm going to do that for him. And he also wanted steering, which came on the Corvette but did not come on the Monte Carlo. So I'm going to take a look at how I can get the Monte Carlo steering to work without having to use the Corvette's, because the Corvette's suspension is actually narrower than the Monte Carlo. But I'm going to go on ahead and work on that over the next several weeks and try and get that going. But he wanted it painted gold, so I looked at the color charts online and I found this right here: Scale Finishes Chevrolet Champagne Gold, which I like. And from Scale Finishes, it's already been thinned out and it's airbrush ready. I've also got some 2K clear to put on once I'm done. He didn't want racing stripes or nothing, so that's good. And then for the interior, I'm going to go with Scale Finishes Interior Beige, and I'm just going to lightly mist a little bit of gold on top of that, so he's got that gold interior. But beyond that, a couple other kits I'm looking at building. I'll show you right now. One is a kit that I got from, I'd like to say I got this one from Hobby Nut. It's the Aoshima Fair Lady Z. Now this one, I looked at the kit and the fares are already molded in. It's no engine, but I'm trying to figure out a color for this one besides the brown and the black on the fender flares. So I'm going to kind of take a look and see what I have for my airbrush ready paints, and go from there. I'm thinking Jason over at Blue Ox Model Shop has a group build going on through the end of the year for a street machine, and it looks the part of a street machine. However, I don't think it's street machiney enough. So it's a good thing that you have magazines, and one of the ones that stuck out with me all these years was this guy. It is a 65 Chevelle. I like multicolor. I've got enough of the AMT 66 Chevy Nova Pro stocks. I've got a few of the 67 Chevelle Pro Street kits, so I could use the entire chassis for that, and then maybe pick up an engine from Iceman, see if he's got something like that that I can build. Maybe not 100% exact, but I know there's that 64 Chevelle, so it's not the same year, that is like a Craftsman builder kit, so it has no engine, just the lower plate. I'll just use the body and, you know, the detail from that, and then just pitch the chassis and put one of the Pro Street chassis underneath it. So what do you think? I think that's going to look pretty sweet for Jason's group build, and we've got to the end of the year for that. And the other one I'm finally looking at is I've got to do something with this one. I keep looking back at it, and I actually saw the video again about 2 weeks ago, which got me looking at the kit. It's this guy. It's a 70 Pontiac GTO from MPC. Now this kit, new in the box, is around $100 on the internet, and I don't want to pay that much for a brand new kit. This kit I paid significantly less, but you'll see why. It's definitely a glue bomb, and it's perfect for what I want to do. Some of you might right off the bat look at this and go, pole barn garage, the goat. And the only thing I have to look at here is I need a rear end. Now, I have seen the rear end of the Stalker, and it's, I think, too wide for this car, but it's also not the actual rear end. And I can't find any other 70 GTO kits, so I am right now really trying to find something. So I'm going to check with the guy that I know up in Ames over at the hobby shop, see if he knows of anybody or if he's got anything like that in stock that I could pick up. And then my intention on that one is to drill holes in it all over the place to replicate gunshots, or gun holes, if you will, and build it up like the Holy Goat. So that's, to me, another Street Machine one. If I can find a rear end for that, then that's going to be one of my Street Machine builds. I've already got an engine for it. I'm going to go to Iceman and pick up some of the Krager rims that he has and get those painted up and get that on the kit, and then just go from there. So that's what I've got so far. But meanwhile, what I'm going to do here is kind of flip through this magazine and see what all I need to order up, and then go from there. In the meantime, I hope you're having a great weekend, and be safe this upcoming 4th of July weekend. We will see you in the next video. Keep building the cool kits.